Hello, I'm Dr. Chakrageous, and this is going to be your reading for the sign of Taurus. Taurus sun, moon, or rising. Hopefully you get a message that you've come to receive. Spirit, what messages do you have for the sign of Taurus? You have the King of Wands. Let me tell you about security, surrendering, needing to not overdo it mentally because your body and life depends on your actions to create the sound foundation within your own nature. You want to wait before jumping to conclusions and being so defensive. You want to make sure that if there's a delay, that you see the spiritual importance of patience. See, when you acquire achievement, one day you're going to go, well, exactly how did the achievement come about? When you're really one-on-one with yourself and you want to have the greatest, most reusable answer, and that is through patience and being someone that when worry arises, just because of needing to stabilize the next breath because of your thought and having to look to the sky and be optimistic, you want to make sure that your tasks reflect your truest potential on conquering the way you care, accepting that you made a decision to care, and therefore take care of your decisions, and your decisions shall take care of you. Having the opportunity to know when to speak so that your speaking does not override the potential of whom God truly is calling to the front and center. Not saying that they need your existence or your life to actually walk on. You don't let anybody just walk all over you is what it means. No, you don't diminish who you are in greatness and the way that you carry your emotions. And to carry your emotions is to see that your emotions are in need of nurturing at any moment in time, and being the responsible person, human and being. It's adhering to that responsibility. And if you do that consistently, that makes you an adult. So having the opportunity to not neglect that this is the Lord. I hear you, and yes, I understand. Is going to actually be the title of your calling, okay? Because when you go, what is that? It's not anxiety. It's actually an agreement to succeed in this pregnancy, cheerfulness, and celebration. By having the audacity to say when God calls you to maintain, dust off, manage, and direct your emotional needs without depleting another or overutilizing another, and not being embarrassed when you have to do at any moment answering that emotional call. You cannot deny your spiritual birth process. You cannot deny why you were born. You cannot deny that having to become reborn again. Not only through understanding the story of Christ, how people will take you for granted in front of your face and you totally not treat you right because they didn't feel like it. And having to accept that you're never going to feel like treating anyone wrong is the main overall concept of Christ. So therefore, when you speak, you make sure that you speak with the politeness that keeps the fertility of your new self in your new season, because this is the Lord. I hear you. And yes, I understand. See, the L is like a protractor angle, a protractor. So if people come at you from this angle, what ordinance are you coming from that powers you to speak? Because not only do you have to travel the words that you speak, you have to be fine with changing the actual definitions that you comprehend. Every opportunity of being faced with some type of new will to improve the security of your life force energy requires you to complete a task and face your decisions with wisdom. Spirit, what messages do you have for the sign of Taurus? God, Dia, Spirit, ancestors. The revelation is so great that it shall clean. It shall clean exactly the third eye in a way that is necessary. Your goal, Taurus, is not irrational. It is not unachievable. It actually shows that you've been astute. And that means to already have shown up teachable. And even in the midst of wondering, are you understanding things the right way? Your viewpoint of absorbing intellect is enough. It is immaculate, actually. Accept the fact that you cannot be afraid to say, protect my hope, protect my astuteness, protect the trickery and deceit ways of life from reaching me. Don't let me say, okay, I've read this for, all right, that's enough. That's trickery and deceit. For if you want an outcome, make sure that your input matches the output that you determine to expect. And therefore your 10 of Pentacles shall be yours. Because it's all about conquering bad faith. It's all about conquering bad faith. And when you conquer bad faith, it's creating the new instructions to say before this faith is changed, belittled, given to, and only built off of confusion. Solitude is the better answer before accepting separation, dejection, distance, and pain. Sometimes it takes solitude, isolation to remove confusion. Confusion is the emotional disagreement between yourself, your expected interpretation of answering God or higher power that's good for the good only, and exactly your achievement of obedience. It's saying that God creates time into a natural disaster of an energetic tornado, energetic earthquake, an energetic rush of emotions that's a water-based natural disaster, just spiritually, not physically. Condolences to those who have experienced such things. And then also like a volcanic eruption of passion. Having to say, you're going to honor the symbols of life, action, and body. This is what you want. This is what you feel safe doing because this is how you want to be treated. This is what is going to treat the problem that sets the soul free as a salve to soul salvation. Having the opportunity to say that you shall wait. You know that you're not cut off from your destiny because of a delay, knowing that it took the actual intelligence and positive energy to accept solitude, to accept knowing when to put your defenses forward. It's using your past experience as the defense to now create positive energy by accepting the power of interpreting the misunderstanding. See, sometimes you bring your misunderstandings up again, all to see if you understood the design of the puzzle piece. See, when you understand the design of the puzzle piece, you can understand exactly why there are that many number of pieces to create a picture. You ever open a 500-piece puzzle and wonder why it just couldn't be a 4-piece puzzle and voila? Because not everybody was for your type of piece. And since you are for your own piece these days, You have the opportunity to say, I waited. I had to pause. I had to delay. I had to defend. I had to conquer the aggression of knowing who you truly were and you are today, and you shall be greater. You've already known. You always knew your field of study. You knew your concentration of study and education. You knew the rate that you would go to acquire the end goal. You also made the agreement to only show yourself to positive energy. Because being a fighter through the reliance of only being a hero in any mission. What is your mission? You are determined to present yourself as someone that is a derivative of studying heroes. You are a derivative of studying. And when difficulties arise on a mission, you might rely on Buddha. You might rely on the slim chance measurement to none. Or you're going to speak up or remain on mute to the visions that lie to you. Because depending on who told it, why should you go on a mission to talk? And you might say, I'll holler at you. I'd rather talk to Allah. Muslimism. Having the opportunity to graduate from religion to spirituality. It's knowing how to have the proper discernment to accept the legion of morals that you've created and therefore meant no one harm. You just was not accepting further difficulty because of knowing that the emotions and sources of water, people would ask you to provide for them and ignore your emotions. But your emotions and the sum total of your experience reaction was who you are as a person at that particular time. And during the past, present, or future, people who are not for you, you're saying that you understand now more than ever that you're about your business. You are the master of your power, and you're saving the greater you for definite results. I am Dr. Chakrageous, Taurus, and this has been your monthly reading. Remember, integrity means integrating how you grit the truth. And if you want to make it taste good for someone that has to accept the way you do the truth, add some shrimp and grits for them.